To enjoy life with God and to live with a heart free from pain, hurt, and heavy ache, the journey begins from the inside. Many wounds are not visible to others, yet they weigh deeply on the heart. God never asks us to carry these burdens alone. He invites us to come to Him exactly as we are tired, broken, uncertain, and to rest in His love. When we open our hearts to God, healing starts quietly, not always instantly, but faithfully. Living a life full of God's love begins with accepting Jesus, not as a distant figure, but as a living presence in everyday life. Jesus offers a relationship, not a rulebook alone. Walking with Him means learning to trust His guidance, even when life feels confusing or unfair. Through prayer, honest conversation with God becomes possible. You can speak freely about pain, anger, fear, or gratitude, knowing He listens without judgment and responds with compassion. Forgiveness is one of the hardest steps toward a peaceful heart, yet it is also one of the most freeing. Holding onto resentment keeps pain alive, while forgiveness releases the heart from chains it was never meant to carry. Forgiving others does not mean approving the hurt they caused. It means choosing freedom over bitterness. God's love gives strength to forgive, even when it feels impossible. And as we forgive others, we also learn to forgive ourselves, understanding that God's mercy is greater than our mistakes. To live without constant ache in the heart, it is important to surrender control. Life does not become pain-free because we believe, but pain loses its power when placed in God's hands. Trusting God means believing that even broken moments can be used for healing and growth. Jesus teaches us to lay our worries at His feet, knowing He carries what we cannot. Living with God also means choosing love daily, loving others patiently, speaking kindly, and acting with humility. Love does not demand perfection. It asks for sincerity. When we accept Jesus, His love begins to shape our thoughts, our actions, and our reactions. Slowly, the heart becomes softer, lighter, and more open to peace. Community and connection matter deeply in a life of faith. Sharing faith with others, praying together, and supporting one another strengthens the spirit. God often works through people to comfort, to guide, and to remind us that we are never alone. Finally, living with God is about hope. Hope that pain will not last forever. Hope that love is stronger than hurt. Hope that every day is a new opportunity to walk with Jesus more closely. When we live with God's love, forgive freely, accept Jesus, and choose faith over fear, life becomes richer, not because it is perfect, but because it is filled with purpose, peace, and the steady presence of God. May your life be guided by God's love, your heart be healed by forgiveness, and your days be lived with Jesus walking beside you. Today, tomorrow, and always. Not just for the future, it is for now. The Bible reminds us that Jesus will come again. The signs of the times are becoming clearer. Confusion in the world, fear in people's hearts, division, and restlessness everywhere. These are not meant to terrify us, but to wake us up. The rapture and the tribulation are not stories to scare humanity. They are warnings born from love. God warns because He cares. Just as a parent warns a child of danger, God warns us because He does not want anyone to be lost. Heaven and hell are real. Heaven is not just a place of beauty. It is eternal life in the presence of God, where there is no pain, no sorrow, no tears, and no death. Hell, on the other hand, is separation from God, the absence of love, peace, and hope. God does not desire anyone to go there. That is why Jesus came, suffered, died, and rose again, to make a way back to God while there is still time. Renewing our lives is not about becoming perfect. It is about turning our hearts back to God.